Have you decided that you're going to be a writer, that you're going to get work as a writer, but maybe you still have not yet gotten hired as a writer, or you've only gotten very little work so far? Well, then this video is for you, because I am going to walk you through 7 steps on your path to getting hired as a writer and getting steady writing work over time. Because if you work as a freelance writer, or even if you're just looking to work for a company as a writer, it's more of a career type thing that you need to sustain over time, so you don't just get one-off gigs here or there. And so it's really a practice, just like writing is a practice, and that's what I'm going to go over. A couple administrative things before I get into the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because I have some different things coming up. Give this video a like if you're looking forward to the topic, and tap the notification bell so that you always get a note when I publish a new video. This is going to be the last video that I'm calling a Dystopia Diner. This is Dystopia Diner number 10. I'm taking a little break from that series. I'll probably sprinkle them in here or there. I thought 10 was a good place to stop and transition to other things that I've wanted to do. And I've been talking about doing a word choice series for so long now. How many times have you heard me say, like, the difference between compliment with an I or compliment with an E? Well, that is coming up. So that is why I wanted to make sure that you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed, because I'm going to be doing a bunch of those for the coming weeks. Again, I might sprinkle in Dystopia Diner or a different topic here or there, but I have a lot of similar words that I want to explain the differences, so that you know how and when to choose the right word and you feel confident about your decision. So that's coming up after today's topic. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say before we get into the video. So I want to give you the goal before I get into the steps. So if you want to get hired as a writer, you have to show that you are a writer. You can't, one of the things that seems so obvious, but I always end up saying, because it's true. It's a difficult truth when you're starting out, that, you know, you're just kind of like, oh, I know I'm a writer. I know I can do good work. I just want to get hired. But you really, just like in writing, you want to show, not tell. You have to show, not tell when you're looking to work as a writer as well. My notes are in my lap this time. I know sometimes my notes are on the screen or on my phone. So if I'm looking down, my notes are in my lap for this video. So this is not going to come as a surprise if you've seen some of my other videos. And this video is really bringing together thoughts that I mention in lots of other videos, and just little things that I've said here or there. Throughout the course of my year plus of videos that I've been posting. So this is what isn't going to come as a surprise. You have to create your own projects as you build your own portfolio. You are your own client when no one else is hiring you yet, or even if very few people are hiring you yet, or even when you're in the steady flow of working, you still have to be your own client. You still have to be doing the kind of work that you want to get hired to do, and you need to create those projects for yourself. So think in terms of when there's no other writing work around, you are your own perfect client, and you come up with projects for yourself that you're going to be able to display, so that someone who is looking to hire a writer knows that you're a writer. And through what you display, they know that you're going to be the right writer for them. So that's sort of the goal. It not only demonstrates your writing skills and your creativity, that you can create your own projects and follow through. It shows your follow-through skills. It shows that you're reliable. It shows that you can finish a project. So it shows your work ethic, creativity, and your writing skills. So That's why I've said so many times in past videos the importance of creating your own writing projects. And now I'm really getting into today what that looks like. So yeah, and all of that is to show your hireable qualities. You want to show as much as possible, because I'm going to say this again probably in the video. It's probably going to come up because it's so true, but people hire people. So they need to know who you are. They need to know so many layers of who you are, not just your writing ability, but really who you are as a person. And you can demonstrate all of that through these creative projects that you create for yourself and execute and complete and display. So the first step is to set up your writing business by having your own website. WordPress is great for this, but you can really use any website creator where you have your own home base on the web where you drive traffic to. No one can take it away from you or change the rules, just like social media websites can do. It's a place where you can build your own email list that no one can take away from you, and to really show that you are a service provider. And that you have your own little corner of the web where you display your work and you show why someone should hire you over all the other writers out there. So you need to have your home base on the web. I already had this video planned, and then one of my students in one of my Copyblogger courses had a question that was related to this. And I thought that was so cool and timely, because I already had this video outlined, but a lot of what I'm talking about in the video is the advice that I ended up giving her as well. So yeah, start with your home base. Step 2 is to blog regularly. And people sometimes get tripped up as to how often they should produce content on their website. So I'm going to sort of simplify it. And I still would highly advise that you customize it to a schedule that works well for you. But I'm going to say blog once a week or once a month. Choose the option that is closer to what you think you can actually commit to and what you think you'll actually do. If once a week seems too quick, you just don't have time to fit them in, don't try to do every other week. It's still going to be a scramble. If once a week feels too much, just blog once a month. Just blog once a month. That was unclear the first time I said it. So hopefully that will help simplify how often you should produce content. But being regular and consistent with it, as I've said many times before, is really the key. And that leads us into step 3, because when you are producing content consistently and regularly, they're not all going to be winners. Certainly all of my content are not winners, but I've been able to be so prolific and produce so much just because I just keep moving on to the next thing. But here's a little catch here. And this is really what step number 3 is. It's review what you have been working on and what you've been publishing, so that you always aim to evolve and grow and get better with the new content that you're publishing. So it's not just like, oh, I gotta publish something this week or this month, whatever your schedule is that you're really fine-tuning based on what you produced. If you saw something in your last article that you can improve on, don't worry that you did it wrong. There are plenty of things that I've done wrong. You just sort of aim to do it better over time. So I don't know why I want to recap, but so far I set up your website, blog regularly, and step number 3 is review your work as you go, so that you are aiming to get better, even though they're not all going to be winners, and they're going to have weeks or months that once a week or once a month where, it's not necessarily your best work. But the point is that you are producing it anyways, so that you have this big body of work. Any writer who has a big body of work are going to have pieces that they're not super proud of, but you don't get to the pieces that you are super proud of unless you produce everything anyways consistently. So again, it's all practice. Be consistent and to get better. Number 4 is step number 4 is sort of a culmination of the work that you've been doing, or it can be. So number 4 is create your own ebook that you make available on your site, either for free or you can do it for money as well. It could be a paid ebook. But the way it's related to your blogging is, here's an example that one way it can be related to your consistent article production. Say you produce 1 article a month. At the end of 12 months, you could take those 12 articles and put them into an ebook, make it look all nice and easy to read. Maybe you revise the articles, and then make it available as a free ebook on your site. That's taking your consistent work over time and turning it into a new content format that, again, it shows your skill set that you can produce an ebook. It shows your creativity. It presents your work in a different light because someone, or not in a different light, in a different format, because maybe someone just wants to download an ebook and learn about your writing that way. Maybe they don't want to click through articles in your blog. And so your blog content could be the outlet for creating your ebook over time. You could say, okay, a year from now, I'm going to have an ebook because I'm blogging once a month, or I'm writing articles once a month. Or you can just write a separate ebook. It really depends on how much time you have. But having that content format that's different from just articles on your site is going to help more people learn about who you are as a writer. So step number 4 is, create your own ebook so people can get to know you as a writer through that form of writing. Step number 5 is share all your work on the social media platforms where people who you think you would like to work with, or people who you'd like to hire you, where they hang out. You should know, I guess this is, I didn't mention this in step 1, but all of this work is that you're doing should be related to the type of writing work that you want to do. So get specific here. What type of writing work do you want to do? Who do you want to hire you? And create the pieces in your portfolio that reflects that type of work. So the reason why I thought of it now in number 5, the social media step, is, you should know who you want to collaborate with, who you might want to work with, what companies and what people you want to hire you. Get active on those social media platforms and share all your work on those platforms, even the ones that you might not be super fond of. It just, again, shows that you are a prolific writer and that you do produce work consistently. It just gives someone the confidence that they need to hire you. You're doing all this to show that you're a hireable writer. And number 6 is related, because you are going to have those pieces where you really feel they're your best work. Maybe it's a more in-depth article. Maybe it's a really helpful guide. But we're going to have certain pieces where we just feel stand out over others. And step number 6 is to share those really special pieces with people who you might want to work with, or people who you want to share your work. You don't want to be bugging people with what you publish all the time and saying, hey, I wrote this, or hey, I wrote this. But when you do something really special, don't be afraid to share it with someone who you'd like to hire you, someone who you'd like to hire you, or someone who you'd like to work with. Just don't be shy of sharing your best pieces with people who could eventually lead to getting you writing work. And step number 7 is to repurpose your blog content into audio and video formats. And there are a few reasons why this is a good idea. I think the most obvious is that people have different preferences of what type of content they prefer. So you're exposing yourself to more people who might like video, and there's a video by you, or they might like audio, and there's audio by you. People aren't just readers these days. So I think that's an obvious benefit, but also it shows, again, your skill set, that, oh, you're not just a writer, but you're into these other multimedia formats where you can produce audio or you produce your own videos. So it shows your creativity again. And it also helps show who you are. Because again, people hire people. They don't hire anonymous faces or pictures or vague things. People don't hire vague things from the internet. They hire people that they feel like they know, that they feel confident will do a good job based on what that writer has demonstrated. So when you have multiple content formats, like you get to know me better through videos than through just my writing, which has mainly been on Copyblogger for the past 6 years. You get to know me in a more personal way through my videos. And if you want to get hired as a writer, it's just another opportunity where you're not limiting yourself for someone to get to know you only through your writing. If you do a podcast of your videos, people can get to know your personality through your podcast. I'm not a huge podcast person, but people love podcasts, and they really get to know the people that they hear on podcasts. I obviously prefer video, which is why I make videos. But yeah, just another way for people to get to know you is just going to be more helpful for you to look like a whole person and not just your writing. And for audio and for video, you can do teasers that direct people to your full articles, just like little recaps in audio of, hey, I talked about this on my blog this week, check it out. And you can do a short recap there. You can do short recap videos, say this video is going to be closer to 20 minutes, but what if I wrote an article and I just did a quick 2-minute video? I was like, and said, hey, this is what I wrote about this week. Here are the highlights. If you want to read the whole article, go to my blog. So you can do little creative things like that, or you can read the articles in audio, like on a podcast, or in videos, however, whatever is true to you, you can do it that way. And again, it shows your creativity because, those are pretty bland examples, but lots of possibilities when you expand your writing into audio and video formats as well. So those are the 7 steps. I simplified them. They are not easy. They take a lot of work, but they really get you on the right path to demonstrating to the world that you are a writer and that you're hireable and dependable and reliable, and that you have the skill set that meets the needs of the people you want to work with. Again, I'm going to be doing some word choice videos coming up, so definitely subscribe and tap the notification bell below. Give this video a like. I am happy to be with you on your journey to becoming a working writer, and I will talk to you very soon.